Let me know when we're live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Town of Port Royal, October 13th, regular council meeting. Our first item of business is our Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand and face the flag.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, and
liberty and justice for all.
Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this opportunity as we assemble ourselves in your presence to conduct the business of the town. We thank you that the decisions that we make tonight in discussion is all in the best interest of those in whom we serve. We thank you for a sound mind. We thank you for a great meeting. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We're waiting on two council members. We had a new fire truck delivered to the Town of Port Royal, City of Beaufort Fire Department. They're outside doing a touch of truck, I think it was described as. And we just sent somebody out to rally them up and bring them on in. So we're going to give them a second here as they see if they can come on in. And if not, we'll go ahead and proceed. Van, anything non-agenda that you want to update us on?
Well,
We'll wait.
yeah.
We can go ahead and get started on the minutes. So we have 3 minutes in our packet that need approval. We've got our minutes from our council workshop on September 1st, 2021, minutes from the public hearing on September 8th, and minutes from our regular council meeting on September 8th also. What is the pleasure, council?
I move that we approve the minutes from September 1st workshop, public hearing on September 8th, and also the regular council meeting on September 8th.
Very good. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any additions, deletions, or corrections?
None noted.
I got none either. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. The next item is I'd like to recognize one of our citizens who received an award. Kat Bray has received an award, the Lower Regional Group Leadership Award from the Palmetto Pride. Kat, please come up and tell us a little bit about this.
Well, number one, it was not for me.
It was for?
No, it is for the village people.
But the village people
The
have
village
received the
people,
award.
Yes, Elizabeth is part of our group here tonight, yes. We've been picking up for 9 years, as you know, and I probably have become far and everybody's, whatever. But Kangaroo was nice enough to nominate us, and this is from Palmetto Pride, and I wanted you all to see this beautiful thing. We were presented it at our pickup first Saturday of the month. We had 18 members there to receive it and pick up the trash, and one of them is, I wanted to thank Mr. Phillips, who is not here, but who is always a member of our group. Right here. And it is, you didn't see this, Kevin, because you weren't there for the picture. Lower Region Group Leadership Award presented to the Port Royal Village people for your outstanding leadership to the cause of litter awareness, enforcement, and pickup programs in South Carolina. So there's 9 years of keeping this place clean. And we're proud of it.
Thank you for keeping them organized.
Well,
You made me buy a thing to pick up around your house.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and I know my group picks up while they walk. Also, I was going to ask if the council would allow us to keep it here in your little
Absolutely.
cabinet. Is that all right?
Sure.
Because then that's
Absolutely.
share with it, because it's certainly not just mine, it's the group's, so we want to share it with everybody. Thank you.
So much for that. Thank you so much for that. Gentlemen, we're up to Van's council briefing, or any additions to the council briefing?
I just,
Yeah, it's all good.
yeah, yeah.
Because we were live, I had to.
Give Brooke a second. I don't know if you want to, I was going to give Brooke an opportunity to introduce somebody to y'all, if it's okay.
Fantastic.
Today, there's someone new sitting next to me that you'll see. This is Kadisha. She is going to be appointed later on in this meeting as the new municipal clerk.
Well, welcome.
Khadijah, welcome to the Town of Port Royal. Council, that'll come up in our appointments later on, municipal clerk appointment. Okay, we have second readings. The first second reading tonight is ordinance 2021-29, an ordinance to adopt the revised business license ordinance in according with the Business License Standardization Act of 2020, Act number 176. We've had a first reading, we've had a public hearing, it's here for second reading. What's the pleasure of council?
I'll make a motion, we adopt ordinance 2021-29.
Second. Any discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you, it's unanimous. Our next item of business is ordinance 2021-30, an ordinance adopting the Fifth Amendment to the Development Agreement adopted by ordinance 2001-46 and thereafter amended by ordinance 2002-6 and ordinance 2016-24 and ordinance 2019-17. This has also been through first reading, public hearing. What is the pleasure of council? We do have the applicant present if there's any questions do come up.
I'll make a motion, we adopt ordinance 2021-30.
We have a motion, do we have a second? I'll second it. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? One nay. Ordinance 2021-31, an ordinance to authorize the town manager to convey excess real property to facilitate construction of sidewalks. This has also been through first reading and public hearing, but let's bring the map up again. Show everybody we're talking about Old Shell Road property. What is the pleasure of council?
I move that we approve ordinance 2021-31.
Sorry. We have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous. Ordinance 2021-32, an ordinance to amend Chapter 2, Administrative Article 6, Boards and Committees, Commissions, etc. Division 3, Redevelopment Commission of the Code and Ordinance of the Town of Port Royal, South Carolina to update the membership terms and jurisdiction. This has also been through first reading and public hearing. Pleasure of council.
I move that we approve ordinance 2021-32.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second. Oh, you got it.
Jerry? We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Nothing? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? It was unanimous. We're down to first readings. Van, you want to go ahead and do the first readings, please?
All right, give me one sec. This is ordinance 2021-33, an ordinance to authorize the town manager to convey excess real property to facilitate construction of sidewalks within the town described as Beaufort County Tax District 110, Map 10, Parcel 113. This is approximately 100 feet located on 15th Street. Let me pull up the map real quick so you guys get an idea of where it actually is located. It is that block that is between Madrid and Columbia. And there is, in question, it does connect to an existing sidewalk, which brings it into compliance with the sidewalk construction policy. Obviously, this is Madrid, and Columbia is down here.
Okay. Council have any questions? If not, we'll entertain a motion for first reading.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
It's not loading
It's
backwards.
unanimous.
All right.
Item B.
Yeah, 2021-34, an ordinance to authorize the town manager to convey excess real property to facilitate construction of sidewalks within the town described as Beaufort County Tax District 110, Map 10, Parcel 384, 370, 369, 368, and 158. This is 150 feet located on 12th Street. Let me scroll down, give you a little bit better map. There we go. This is not, yeah, there we go.
There we go.
That is Paris Avenue, obviously, and this is Madrid, and there is the property in question. Because of its length, it does comply with the sidewalk construction policy. And you can see where we have made some modifications to some of the adjacent properties. So we may give some consideration to what we do there as well. Just so you all know, we're packaging up all of the conveyances that we've done the last few years to put together a bid package so that we can put out the bid, the construction of those sidewalks, as well as one of the larger projects that we were contemplating, which is the sidewalk around Port Elementary.
Sure, go right ahead.
Van, those 5 lots,
Mhm.
who owns those 5 lots?
I think Wendell Barnes does.
Because, you know, with the sidewalk construction, don't we contribute to the owner's responsible for a portion of that?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this, and I just want to make sure, you know, because they look like vacant lots, and I'm like, okay, well, how are we going to, how are they going to pay that, or are we paying for the entire construction, so?
No, we don't, that's a 50/50.
Right, and
Yeah.
that's what, it threw me off when I only saw one
Right.
unit on 5 lots
Yeah.
there.
I saw Coastal Homes and Sunrooms had a posting of that, a rendering of what he's planning there.
Okay,
I
good,
saw it on Facebook.
okay, thank you.
Anybody? So what's the pleasure of council?
I move that we approve 2021-34.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that?
Yeah, just the only comment I would just wanted to say was just thank you to the property owners that take advantage of this program. It's a great way to, just to help the town spread the, you know, walkability, especially down in the village area. So to all the property owners, as you see, if you come to any meetings, we're usually doing at least 1 or 2 of these every meeting. So to the property owners that take advantage of the program, just thank you all for doing that.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Next, item C, Van.
Yeah, ordinance 2021-35, an ordinance to rezone approximately 5.18 acres of real estate located in Beaufort County described as Beaufort County Tax District 110, Map 9, Parcel 180 in Beaufort County, South Carolina, to be rezoned from T4 Neighborhood Center to T4 Neighborhood Center Open. This is property located at 1251 Ladies Island Drive. As we discussed at the workshop, the Metro Planning Commission did not recommend the rezoning request. Unfortunately, we did not make the applicant was not at the meeting, kind of an error on our part. The applicant's representation is here this evening to answer any questions you might have. I think y'all heard from him last week as well, but here is the property in question, right there. And let's scroll down to the zoning map, give you an idea where it's located. And it's adjacent to Riverwind Drive. This is the property and location, and the zoning they're requesting is what is the neighboring zoning here, which is the T4 Neighborhood Center Open.
You said MPC did not recommend?
Did not.
But they didn't hear a presentation either.
Right.
They didn't have a presentation, so they couldn't.
Well, I'll let Noah kind of give you an explanation as to what their
I
concerns
thought they
were.
were going to hear him.
Right,
I did too.
just, no, 1 second before. What we talked about last week was we would do a first reading.
Okay.
MPC would see it, the applicant would have an opportunity to go before the MPC before we did second reading. We would have their recommendation. Noah, that was our discussion. You can explain why they didn't see it.
Yes, and Mayor, I intend to be at that meeting on Monday and can address the concerns that have been expressed.
So the idea was, we didn't want to hold the applicant up an entire month cycle, so we're going to try to do it in between our first and second reading.
Understood.
All right, that's
Is that,
Yes.
everybody's good?
Yes.
So you'll go to the meeting Monday?
I'll be there.
Okay. All right, that's fine then.
Okay.
You good with everything, Noah?
No?
Yeah, I don't have anything to say. They're adding it to the agenda.
Very good.
So it'll be heard on Monday, and we can address any concerns that you weren't able to address.
Thank you.
Very good. So with all that information, what's the pleasure of council?
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2021-35.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this one? Thank you, everybody. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? None. It's unanimous. Item D.
Ordinance 2021-36, an ordinance creating Chapter 12, Section A2 of the Town of Port Royal Code of Ordinances regulating ice cream trucks in the Town of Port Royal. Obviously, I'm suggesting you do this in title only as we continue to massage the language between first and second reading. As we looked at the ordinances that were given to us from the neighboring municipalities, they already have kind of built into their code references to food trucks. Ours is a little bit different. We have chosen to go a little bit different direction in terms of how we regulate food trucks. We have very prescribed locations where they can go in town versus kind of what's happening in Bluffton City, Beaufort. So we can keep this ball rolling by giving it first reading this evening, which will then allow us to craft that language a little more specifically for our situation.
Very good.
I make a motion, we adopt ordinance 2021-36.
Second.
Thank you, Mary Beth. Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Thank you for reaching out to the owner, Mary Beth, of the ice cream truck. And thank staff for looking a little bit further than just the one items. Any further discussion on this?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it last week in the spirit of inspecting trucks, much like we did the fire truck tonight. Can we inspect the ice cream truck here one week?
I think we could certainly make sure that it's here for second reading. I think they're here. We can arrange second reading. We're all looking forward to the ice cream. So, any other discussion?
I'm joking.
We'll pay our fair way.
Right.
With the college, we'll pay our fair way towards the college. No, okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none, it's unanimous. We have a resolution tonight, is our next item of business. And this resolution has to do with the bicycle and pedestrian plan of 21. It's going to be a supplement to the Town of Port Royal Comprehensive Plan. We had a presentation on that last week. Before I read the resolution in, does any council members have any question? Obviously, Noah is well up to date on this and can answer any questions. Everybody's good? I'll go ahead and read it into the record. Whereas walking, biking, and increasing population as a primary mode of transportation and recreation for Port Royal residents and visitors. And whereas walking and biking can enhance recreational opportunities for residents of all ages and encourage routine participation socially and economically in the community, thereby improving the health and well-being of the population. And whereas walking and biking can improve the environment by reducing pollution and noise and limiting greenhouse gases and improving the quality of the public spaces. And whereas walking and biking can reduce traffic congestion by shifting short trips from automobiles. And whereas walking and biking can boost the economy by creating a community that is attractive to new residents, tourists, and businesses. And whereas walking and biking can enhance public safety and security by increasing the number of eyes on the street and providing more options for movement in the event of emergencies and natural disasters and major public events. And whereas investing in the improving pedestrian and bicycling infrastructure can save lives by creating safer conditions for bicyclists, pedestrians, and as direct consequence, improve the safety of all other road users. And whereas given the rapid pace of development throughout Port Royal, Beaufort County, coordination and planning for pedestrian and bicycle infrastructure must happen sooner rather than later. And whereas Beaufort County Connects is a proactive planning for multi-jurisdictional tool that will identify infrastructure gaps, community needs to be implemented over the next 2 decades to improve access to pedestrians and bicycling infrastructure throughout Port Royal and Beaufort County. Whereas Beaufort County Connects provides a roadmap for the town of Port Royal to better serve pedestrians and bicycles in the future, the plan should supplement the existing comprehensive plan to be considered to be incorporated into Port Royal 2030, an updated comprehensive plan for the town of Port Royal that is presently underway. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Council of Port Royal, South Carolina hereby adopts Beaufort County Connect Bicycle and Pedestrian Plan 2021 as a supplement to the Town of Port Royal Comprehensive Plan to be incorporated into Port Royal's 2030 and update comprehensive plan. What's the pleasure of council?
I make a motion that we adopt resolution 10-2021.
No, second.
We have a motion, we have a second? We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. It is unanimous.
Here.
Very good. Noah, thank you for all your work on that before and now. Okay, we've got some council actions. We've got appointment, municipal election reappointment. We've got Kathleen Brown. Kathleen?
Kathy?
Kathy?
I don't think she's
Nope, okay.
present. She-
What's the pleasure of council?
I move that we approve the reappointment of Kathy Brown.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Very good, it's unanimous. Park and Rec reappointment, Lynn Day.
I'll make a motion, we accept reappointment of Lynn Day.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Next, we have the Zoning Board of Appeals, a reappointment for Rose Bennett.
Prove that we approve Rose Bennett for reappointment to the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Last, municipal clerk appointment. We have Kadisha Butler, our new town clerk.
I'll make a motion
Well,
that.
I think Kadisha's gonna come up and say hi to us
Oh,
all.
good.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on up. No, you got up now, Kadisha. You
I
gotta
told
come talk to
her
us.
she only had the floor for 5 minutes. That's it.
You're used to it.
That's it.
That's it.
Hi. I just want to say thank you for having me. And I look forward to working with you all and being on this on the road.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Yes, so I'm 24. I'm from Beaufort. I've lived in Beaufort basically since 3rd grade, so I guess I can say I'm from here. I do have a daughter. She's 18 months old. Her name is Kenley. And that's basically it. I like to eat. I'm a foodie.
And you're gonna fit fine around here. Very good. Welcome aboard. We look forward to working with you. What's the pleasure, council? Officially welcome aboard.
Go ahead and take. She already made a motion.
We have a motion? We have
I'll
a
second the
second?
motion.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Now officially welcome.
As the clerk, she was already employed.
She was acting though. Now the work begins.
Very good. Van, we went over your comments real quick there. You introduced, there was no updates to,
No, I mean, just a couple of things that I was going to mention. We do have a meeting with SCDOT tomorrow to discuss the Spanish Moss Trail crossing. We do have the executive director of the agency down with some of our legislative delegation to come and walk it, look at the engineered drawings. So we're pretty excited about that. We are looking at some additional drainage issues, one over in Dawson Place. So I'll keep you posted on that. And then one other thing I want to bring you up to date, ice machine is fixed, so that's good. And Brooke and I had a discussion with a maritime lawyer, has been retained, and will be looking to address some of the boats that we have down there in a more permanent way.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but we moved on pretty
That's
quick
fine.
there.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Go.
Any recent updates on the status of the Naval Hospital sidewalk and also Waddell Crossing?
Nothing. We will probably talk about, I imagine the Waddell Crossing may come up tomorrow.
Yep.
Naval Hospital, she reached back out to the property agent with the Department of the Navy and had not gotten a response.
Okay.
So that may be something we talk about with the delegation tomorrow also.
Also, you want to update council on you're finally getting the light, the pedestrian signal change?
Yeah, for those of you that take your life in your hands and cross Paris Avenue at West Paris and Rebo Road, or Paris and Rebo Road, the city was able to get the adjustment made so that you have a protected crossing for pedestrians. So when
Like
you press that
Memorial
button,
Hospital.
everything remains red and you can hustle across. So no more Frogger.
Took about 16 months,
Yeah.
but we got there.
Yeah.
Took a while, we got there. Council have any questions about the update from last week or any?
No, thank you, Mayor.
I didn't mean to cross that so quickly. All right, important dates. We've got Tuesday, November 2nd, Election Day. Friday and Saturday, November 12th and 13th, Bands, Brews, and Barbecue. Thank you. I did receive a question today of whether or not trunk or treat was happening, and the answer is it is not happening in Port Royal this year. They hope to bring that back next year, so I figured I'd announce that in the meeting as well to let
Touch a
everybody know.
Truck.
trunk or treat.
And touch a truck.
And
is
touch a
not-
truck.
Yeah.
We hope, but we did some touch a truck tonight on our own, but hopefully we'll bring them both back next week, next year.
And Halloween is on Halloween.
Halloween is on Halloween.
We get a lot of phone calls every year.
When's
When are we having Halloween? It's always on Halloween.
On Halloween. That's an important date then.
Right.
We're at council comments. Kevin, go right ahead.
Well, I was just going to add another date, speaking of trunk or treat. I know Carteret Methodist is having a trunk or treat, and also their Fall Bazaar is this Saturday, so it's a good time to go grab a pumpkin, get ready for Halloween. As far as comments go, I see we have some JCs here. I didn't know if they wanted to say anything, but I just wanted to say congratulations for y'all's. Oh, okay, all right. Well, let you say your comments then. So.
Yeah, I got a nice pink one for you.
Okay, good.
Well, Kevin, you didn't see the pink one.
Very good, very good, very good. We're at council comments. Mary Beth, do you have anything?
And now, thank you.
Nothing? Darrell?
I'm good, sir.
You're good? Everybody's good with council comments? I do want to address one thing. Last week, there was a statement about private meetings that the mayor may have had. I want to define that a little bit. The private meeting was with a board chair or a commission chair with staff present. That in no way is a private meeting. I have many of those meetings. I meet all the time with citizens. I meet all the time with council members, one-on-one and never any more. And I meet with all of our boards and commissions along with the county members and other members. These are not private meetings. These are meetings that just occur normally as mayor and that all of us as council at times have with other people. I've had phone calls, I've had face-to-face, and I've had sit-down meetings. So that is the conversation about private meetings. If anybody would like any more details, you can reach out directly to me. Thank you.
Hey, Joe, I do want to say one, our mayor.
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
And as far as the $5,000 check to the wetlands, I made that motion in August to give that $5,000, and everybody agreed with me. Mr. Pete came up at the time and was trying to do a brochure which promotes tourism, and I think that was appropriate, and I just want people to know I made that motion. Y'all seconded it. We approved it. It was done in August. They were not a 501c3 until October of 19. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Any other comments? We'll open it up to public
I have
comment.
one. Have we nailed down a date for the
Pinckney?
Pinckney Porter Chapel?
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I know you're working on it.
We're still waiting on contacting the family, right?
Very good, thank you.
And Shannon was going to help us with that as
Right.
well.
And I sent, I gave you the address, right? Okay.
Well, because we've already introduced the JCs, let's bring the Low Country JCs up and let them go ahead and update us.
So, as everybody knows, the Food Truck Festival was on Saturday, and it blew up. Like, there were so many people there at a steady rate the entire day. It sprinkled all of like 2 minutes twice. I thought it was gonna shut everything down, and nobody even moved from their lines. I was like, we have tents if you wanna sit. Nope, they stayed in their lines. Everything went perfectly. We don't have final numbers yet as far as what came in and what we had to pay out and what all's gonna be donated yet. We're hoping that the treasurer has that, he thinks around Friday. When we do have that, we will come back and let everyone know what those results are, but it was fantastic, and we didn't hear anything bad from anyone, from attendees, food trucks. Everyone loved the change of venue. They actually requested for us to do it for 2 days instead of just 1 day, or twice a year instead of just once a year. So there's a lot for us to chew over as a chapter and figure out how we're going to move forward with it, but we most definitely want to come back to Port Royal. So I just want to thank everybody that came out, participated. Hope you had good food, and thank you for your support. And of course to the town for allowing us to do it here and helping out with anything that I called Jerry, I've called Kevin, I've emailed Brooke a million times, like, well, where can I get this, where can I get that, and everybody was so accommodating, and if you had it, you let us use it, and it was fantastic, so thank you.
It was a great event. It did have a large crowd. One truck,
I ate
the
enough.
man was so upset, he ran out of food. He closed down, cooked more food, and closed down again because it sold out. So I think that speaks volume.
Is there a limit, or was there a limit on the number of food vendors?
We were going to cap it probably about 15, 18, but we ended up with a perfect number of 12. And it fit, we didn't use so our last truck actually was just right here. We didn't have to use this back end of it, which was also kind of good when I was thinking about it later.
So your
because-
cap was 15 to 18? But we ended up with 12, okay. Okay, so you anticipate that we'll keep that in place if you move forward also, about 18 or 15, 18?
Yes, sir.
I want to see a couple more also,
I think a lot of our
Yeah.
trucks, a lot of our trucks have responded. They said the number of trucks that was there was perfect for them. But obviously, we want to give the town and people that come to the festival a few more options. So I think probably 15 in the future, just so we can kind of keep that cap right down here at the town hall. So that way people aren't walking forever and we're not shutting down all of Paris Avenue, right? So make sure there's still traffic coming through.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed the choices, and I'm not going to tell you how much I ate.
But it was very good.
Kevin, I know that you really are involved with them and you've helped, and I can't thank you enough for getting them involved with Port Royal and
Yes,
everything
he
you've
lent
done.
us
And the music was great, too.
today, so we
Oh,
can
good
make
for
things
you.
a little easier.
Yeah.
They did a lot of work. It's, as you can imagine, a lot of moving pieces, and they did a great job with it, so.
Very good. Thank you so much. We look forward to having you back. Cheryl Manson, Port Royal Rowing Club. Excuse me, Buford Rowing. Wanting to
We
be.
can change our name.
Right, wanting to be. I'm jumping the gun from a conversation a couple of months ago.
We'll let you.
Thank you. Mayor DeVito and council members, I'm Cheryl Manson, representing Beaufort Rowing Club of 5013C, a group of crew rowers who rowed on Battery Creek for 10 years, renting dock space from the village at Battery Creek. That dock sold in January of this year, and we have been looking for a new home ever since. We are letting you, Port Royal Town Council and staff, know that we would be a great fit for Port Royal. Our rowing group is a clean and community-oriented organization. Any person that demonstrates the ability to row is welcome to row in our 3 weekly rows year-round. That is when we get a dock again. We welcome your thoughts on where we could find a home in Port Royal. The shrimp dock to the west of the Fish Camp restaurant is an ideal location. In short, the rowing club could add a ramp going to a floater near the west end of the current shrimp dock. To this, we would add our low-profile launching floaters. Of their basic ideas in the Port Royal Master Plan, I read, quote, "Connection to the surrounding natural environment should be maximized with public access to the waterfronts. This is one of the ways our rowing club could contribute to Port Royal's desire." Section 10 of the master plan, the traditional town core, public waterfront section, reminds us commercial fishing boats have been a central factor in Port Royal's tradition and waterfront. Crew rowing boats could be one of the new traditions for the town's core and public waterfront. Pedestrians enjoy seeing rowing shells, and citizens can row in the shells. In the master plan under majority opportunity areas, port property, I read, quote, that if the port property is redeveloped as part of the mixed-use downtown, that redevelopment should have the following characteristics. Quote, the outermost edge along the bulkhead line should be a public esplanade, parallel street, and a park. A good example of a rowing park is right here in Beaufort County on Hilton Head, called the Rowing and Sailing Center on at Squire Pope Community Park on Squire Pope Road. The town of Port Royal's website lists Port Royal as a boater's paradise. Our rowing club would contribute to Port Royal being a boater's paradise. Beaufort Rowing Club would love to partner with Port Royal in a way that contributes to our beautiful community as a whole, residents, rowers, and tourists alike. I do have a handout for everyone, and thank you so much for your time and consideration of being home to the Beaufort Rowing Club, and we can change our name. Thank you.
Thank you. Council, have any questions? I know that we've had this conversation in the past. I know Van's looking at it when we look at the dock. I know we've mentioned it to Safe Harbor. So we as a council are trying to foster one of the docks to become available in some way. And we look forward to working with you as the designs start to come around with the club.
Thank you, and we will work with you in whatever way possible. Thank you.
Samantha Samuel. Is that right?
Samuel Smalls.
Samuel?
Sammy Smalls.
Sammy Smalls.
Previous council member.
Right. Sammy, there you are. I didn't even see you sitting back there. Come forward. Former Councilman Smalls. Let's be official.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
To the clock people, I'm a preacher. Good evening, y'all. Thank you for having me. Thank you for your service, each one of you. As you said, I've been there, done that. I came on behalf of probably 3 items. First of all, and most importantly, my cousin, my neighbor, Mr. and Mrs. Morgan, in speaking with the Honorable Council Member Mary Beth Haywood, when she spoke with me, she mentioned, I asked about it, and she mentioned that you all are trying to do, let me take this thing off. Whew. You all are trying to do as much as you possibly can to help them. Just want to make sure that, and I know you understand, that you all are lawmakers. You've been elected for the laws concerning the people in the town of Port Royal. Federal, state, and local laws. So back on track, Council Member Haywood informed me that the law calls for an architect to do the drawing, the plan, the working plans that a construction, a carpenter, or whoever assembles her request. And I'm saying, huh? Has the law been changed? I submitted working plans that I drew for the porch that was added onto our home. And that same set of plans were submitted, be it to a new inspector, but I drew the plans because I had aspirations of being an architect myself when I came home out the Air Force. My Uncle John Parker taught me carpentry, so I wanted to take it to the next level. With my luck, went to Beaufort Tech, they had mechanical engineering drawing, so I did it. Howbeit, the instructor had a dispute with the school, Mr. English, and left. Oh. So I took the next best thing, building construction management, which had blueprint drawing and blueprint reading. Took those courses. So I was capable of drawing a set of plans. We submitted those plans, and it was kicked back. It had a top view, a front view, a side view of the project with atypical components of the specified materials that were being used and where they applied. It was kicked back. So when I was told that you have to have an engineer or architect to do the drawings, I'm like, what? That goes to the form of solicitation. Be it that you only have one architecture firm who was on called or who was retained by the town? Mr. Phillips, you're a lawyer. I talk with you all the time. Mr. Ashmore doesn't return my call no more. Mr. Van Willis doesn't return my call anymore. I'm used to that. But be it as it may, you all are lawmakers. Come on now. If that's the law that it must be drawn by an architect, something's wrong. Secondly, you want to address that, sir?
I want to make sure that we all understand we're talking about the same thing. It is our understanding, it is not the drawing of the deck, it is the engineering must be done by a certified engineer, not the drawing. An engineer has to certify that the drawing meets the new building codes that are in place.
How new?
When they, residential building code of 20.
There was legislation passing. The way this works is there's an international building code,
Right.
which is adopted by the state of South Carolina, and then those code sections then are adopted by the towns and the cities and counties around the state.
But it's an engineered certification that is what's being built, not the architectural drawing. Architectural drawing is the rendering, what it's going to look like. The engineer certification is that it is going to be strong enough according to the building code. And that's the problem we're running into, trying to find our way around that. And that's not ours, that's the international building code. And we, the town, us, have all been trying to find a way around that issue.
And if you recall,
We
the
agree
town-
with you, we got to find a way, but it's just like.
The
everywhere
town
we
even
turn.
offered to underwrite the cost of an engineered drawing to attach it, but no structural engineer would sign off on a design that could be replicated over and over again.
Yeah.
Because each system, each way it would attach to a mobile home would be different depending upon the model of mobile home.
Yep.
So you guys didn't just ignore
Yeah, we were gonna
our
pay for
code
it.
or change the code
I didn't say we
arbitrarily.
ignored it.
This is happening 2 tiers above you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I built Let me correct that. My son said, "Daddy, you're too old. Let us do it, and then you can do the finishing work." So, but we did that before or after 2012. It's not that old. So the problem lies somewhere. If you and thank you all for wanting to underwrite it, because from what I was told, it's $3,000. That's more than the porch would cost. I looked at Carpenter himself. And so, as I move on, and I'm thankful that I'm getting clarity here and I hear, second, yeah, okay.
We're still trying to find
Well,
a
you know I'll be
solution.
back. You know, you all know me, except for you, Mr. Phillips, but we do talk on the phone. But secondly, I've never rendered a complaint with Port Royal Maintenance. I called Jeff yesterday and I said, "Jeff, I'm going to town council and I'm gonna let him know that since the tornado touched down on Paris Avenue, service has slackened quite a bit. In Casablanca and where I stay, and as I drive and ride my bicycle through, and they picked up yesterday, that's the second time since the tornado touched down. Prior to that, they were coming around like once every 3 weeks.
Yeah. But first of all, after the tornado came through, we had our trucks go down. We got a truck on order, we can't get delivered, we had our trucks break, we can't get parts. The supply chain issue, we can't get parts. We ended up borrowing the oldest truck that the city of Beaufort had to slowly get moving again and try to get things going. They got our truck back up and running last Monday, or this past Monday, and the guys are trying their best. It was literally a supply chain issue, couldn't get hydraulic parts, couldn't get the truck fixed. We can't even get the new truck that we have on order delivered to get things moving. And you're right, we were way behind, we were slow, but we were doing all that we could possibly do. And council was aware of the situation.
I'll attest to that also, even in my neighborhood. Jeff and his crew has been very responsive, but I mentioned that about a month ago to council also, and we had both of our trucks down. One brand-new truck under warranty, parts were limited. We couldn't even get it because of the situation that this country is, or this world is experiencing. And so that's it, because I had debris in our neighborhood for about a month also. So I think we all were affected by that because of mechanical issues.
I think we're at the point now that we're back to please call in, schedule a pickup if you put it in your house. We've completed our route. The routes are done. We've kind of been through everywhere, picked everything up. And the process now is if you put bulk items out, you're actually supposed to call, and then they will put that on the schedule and come by and pick it up.
But
They're
it's
not
good that they
just
hit you yesterday.
driving the roads anymore.
Wow.
That's
But they
a
hit you
number of
yesterday, right?
years.
Huh?
But they got you yesterday, right?
Well, I had a contractor, they were picking up in the community, and had a contractor parked in my backyard where they normally stop to do their pickup. And so I called Jeff and I said, Jeff, could you make sure you come back tomorrow, please? Because that stuff is old. I got stuff that 2 piles stacked up high. Knowledge is power. I'm glad to hear that. You know I would be here if, and when I'm concerned, I'm coming.
To the record, the pickup number, or Brooke?
And it's I think it's Sheila's.
It is Ms. Sheila's extension, which is 2215.
So it's 84398.
986-2215.
Okay.
You know, I'll call one of you councilmen that answer your phone, Mayor, and I'll get it then. Jeff said that Jeff answered to me, he said he's looking at 2 applications which could increase his staff.
That was part 2 of my
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
He's also shorthanded, and we can't find people to hire.
You in the world.
That's everywhere.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
everywhere.
that was part 2 of the answer.
Thirdly and finally, almost, you know that park right there in Casablanca, that park is one of the most highly visited parks in Port Royal, second probably only to Heritage Park. But it's time now to get some new, those little children playground equipment out there. I served on your Park and Recreation Committee, and we did Heritage Park with the boat, and we provided recreation, and we were in contract or agreement with Port Royal Elementary to update their playground and the rules that they wanted to engage for the school and stuff like that. So I know I'm gonna have to come back, but we need to look at that playground equipment, because kids are out there all the time, and you all allowed me to build a new basketball court out there during the time that I served. Finally, I have a couple of plaques that when I was on council that I had made, and the Honorable Mary Beth Haywood can attest to it, and I have one for town council. Please excuse the date. I was treated like a rag doll when I was on council. I was the council member, and I was the football coach for the youth. Do you all still get paid twice a week, twice a month? But that was done on my behalf when I was on council.
We're supposed to get paid?
The minimum amount you do get paid. Yeah. That was done when I was on council. That's the smallest change. We were getting paid once a month. And they wanted me to come to the town meeting and this council meeting. I said, hey, I don't need no practice. Bring it on. May I approach? I'd like to.
Please go.
Ms. Council Member Mary Beth Haywood was, as I read your bio, you came in on 92, and I came in on 94. Presented to the town of Port Royal in appreciation for the generous support you have shown our youth. 1997 Port Royal Bulldogs.
I remember that one. The red and white Bulldogs.
And Mr. Mayor, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
Port Royal Department of Public Safety, in appreciation for the outstanding support you so freely provided the Port Royal Bulldogs 1996. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next time, write your name, flip it the normal way. Samuel Smalls.
That's military.
I know, you put small Samuel, and I thought it said Samantha. I apologize for that.
Thank you, Sammy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had to reframe them.
Also, on the park, the playground equipment, we happen to have one of our Park and Rec chairman, actually, sitting in the room. Sammy, we have our Park and Rec chairman sitting in the room, so he happened to hear that statement, and I'm sure he's going to take that back.
Thank you, sir. Samuel Small.
So Van can attest to this. At least once a month, I bring up the difference between the Lenore Park and the John C. Parker Park, and I'm always telling them that one needs to get updated, it needs to get cleaned. There's broken stuff there, so it is on our radar, and I'm beating up Van every month about it.
Very good. We'll work with the Park and Rec.
See what we can do. It has the newest playground equipment.
It has the
Yeah,
newest.
it's got the newest playground. I think we just redid the cooking area there a year or two ago.
Shed over there and added the fire pit.
Yeah.
Very good.
Tell me, did we miss John Parker Days this year?
They're rescheduling. They're rescheduling.
Rescheduling.
Rescheduled Captain Parker died.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He was the chair, oldest son.
Right.
The park, the fire pit, the grill, and all that was done when I was on the Park and Recreation Committee. The playground equipment, the little kids were done when Danny, you know Danny?
Limix, yes.
Yeah.
Danny installed those. I was on there.
That's a long time.
Dan, let me.
Danny Limix. That's long.
It's a long time.
Time goes by fast. We don't even realize it.
Yeah.
I'd like to recognize our county councilman, Alice. Well, we appreciate you coming as always and listening to our meetings. And I'll open it up to the public. Anybody have anything, please?
When do you want to do a work day for that cleanup? Call us.
And that's,
Want to join in a
that-
work day for the park?
and that is, that goes with any project that the town is looking at accomplishing. I think we've shown with the Food Truck Festival that we're able to run a fundraiser effectively, to get some funds to where they need to go. And that's what our organization is making a positive impact in our community. So if there's at any point that the townspeople or council has a project that says, hey, maybe we need a little more manpower or we need somebody to run a fundraiser for something, please come to us, let us know, because we are here to make a positive impact in the community.
Sammy, come on
I
up.
also think Kat.
Y'all gonna put that in the case?
We want to get a couple of photos before we adjourn this meeting. We want to get some photos with you, Sammy, and these.
And then Ms. Kat with her.
You were not on council when these were.
No.
Everybody, you on council.
Yeah, she's been here.
You do.
I was in elementary school.
You were in Kevin,
Hey,
you were in Paul, just said he was in elementary school when these were.
Oh, yeah,
all-
yeah.
Turn around and go between us. That's Tony, by the way. Tony, take a picture. Thank you, Tony. Kat, come on up.
Please feel free to put those in file 13.
No.
The dates.
No.
Thank you, Mr. Smalls.
Thank you.
All right.
Kevin, you're all the time. You're on this team all the time. Get this photo. Get this photo.
The days are.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Once again, one last time, anybody from the public would like to address, come forward.
Yeah, Ron's got a few things he'd like to say.
Ron, come on.
All right, yeah, always welcome.
Always.
Always welcome.
Well, as a lot of you know, or maybe you don't, that October is the fiscal year for the federal government. Well, we applied for several grants last year, and we've received most of them so far. And I'd just like to give you an update on what we got. We did a Department of Public Safety grant for in-car cameras, which we picked up on Tuesday. That was a value of $67,200. No cost to us. We got another Department of Public Safety grant for body-worn cameras, an update that'll mesh with the new in-car video cameras. That was for $20,103. We got another highway safety grant for the continuing of our highway safety program, and that's for $96,760. We got another grant for our school resource officer program for $88,000. That's been awarded to continue that program in Port Royal Elementary School. We applied for a special coronavirus supplementary grant through the federal government, and what it does is basically gives us roughly $15,000 to install software, so we can do like contactless reporting for non-criminal items. They can print out their incident reports and accident reports right online, and that's to pay for that. And we're waiting on one more, which we got our fingers crossed, and that's for a vehicle, brand-new car for our SRO down Port Royal Emery, and that's for $55,000. We should hear about that in probably the next week or so.
You gonna get in one of those new bets?
Well, for that much money, who knows? The only problem is that we also have the supply chain. We've got things we've ordered last year that we still haven't received, but this is good news for us.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome,
Thank you.
that's great.
Good for the
Congratulations.
guys downtown.
Never do math in public, but we're talking over $280,000 worth of grants.
Yes.
You know, you're talking over $280,000 worth of grants there. We can't thank you enough for tracking them down and finding them.
Yes.
And I know the citizens thank you for that because that saves us all the way around.
Those body cameras are awesome, and they protect the officers so much and so many times. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Yeah, it's great.
Anybody else? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
Thank you. No second or vote necessary. Agenda's